So for me, the very fact that Pax8 are coming to the UK is exciting news.
I personally think Pax8 can be a big disruptor in the market.
I'm really excited because they understand this industry.
I've been waiting for a company like Pax8 for many years now.
What I'm looking for from a distributor, Pax8 is doing.
A simple way to bring the best of breed products that's available to us as an MSP or MSSP and make it easy for us to buy, install, implement, but only pick what we need for that specific client.
Somebody like Pax8 comes along, you know that it's something you want to get involved in.
So I can't wait for them to go live.
Hey everyone, Richard Tubb here at home in the studio garage in Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. And for those of you I've not had the pleasure to meet yet, I am a former MSP owner, managed service provider owner. I ran a business based out of Birmingham in the UK that I sold 10 years ago now, so I'm really feeling my age in the industry. But talking of people who are feeling their age in the industry, no, I'm only kidding. We're joined by two people today that hardly need any introduction. First of all, let me turn to Cole Nuth from Pax8. How are you doing today, Cole?
Doing great, Richard. Thanks for having me.
For anybody not familiar with your work, Cole, how would you explain who Pax8 are and what your role within the business is?
Pax8, we're a cloud-focused distributor and enabler to the IT channel based out of Denver, Colorado. And I've been with the company almost 4 years now, starting as an account manager and working my way through the organization. Joined when we had just crossed over 100 employees, and now we're north of 650.
That is incredible. And more about Pax8 shortly, but somebody who hardly needs an introduction, but we'll give one anyway, tech entrepreneur Philip Morgan. Phil, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited to be at Pax8, but most people in the channel will know me from being, like you, Richard, an MSP owner for several years. And in 2010, I had the honor of serving Network Group for 7 years. And helping the MSP community on the channel and retail at large there. Before then, finding myself at Continuum and getting involved in cybersecurity and backup and all the kind of range of services that they had to offer. And then more recently, I've taken the opportunity to join Pax8 that are continuing this huge journey in cloud services. Offering MSPs a wider range of services than any other distributor on the planet. I'm really excited to be here and happy to serve MSPs.
Well, I'm wonderful that you've both spent the time talking to me today. We're going to be talking about the future of cloud services. We've been in the industry for a little while. We've seen things come and go, but cloud is definitely here to stay. Cole, if I turn to you first of all, you just mentioned the incredible growth that Pax8 has had within the industry. Give us a little bit of the background, how that has occurred. What's your secret sauce there? When
you look at the evolution of the company, one of the things that we focused on really early was enabling the digitalization of IT services and the IT supply chain. It's hard to have dual focus when you have physical goods and cloud services. And something that John Street and Klaus and a few of the early executives focused on was making that a seamless experience, making sure that the ordering, provisioning, and billing happened in a very quick and efficient way, and it was seamless and trustworthy. Because it's the same thing we expect from the physical supply chain, was for things to show up on time, when we expect it, and how we expect it. And so we've kept that at the center of everything we focused on in the way we've developed our marketplace and enable the channel and make sure that we're driving change in the adoption of IT.
And you've very quickly grown into the world's favorite sort of cloud marketplace. Would it be fair to call you a cloud aggregator? Because you've got 50 odd vendors there, haven't you, within the portfolio?
We try not to chase a certain definition of title, but cloud aggregator is a great way to describe what we do, right? At the center of the way that we serve the community, it's the technology we use, the marketplace, making sure that everything happens when it should, that there's APIs involved and everything's quick and seamless. But we absolutely are aggregating services and the billing of those services and making sure that MSPs trust in what they're charging and being charged for.
You've created this incredible buzz around the company there. So for the longest time, I've heard North American MSPs, managed service providers, technology providers, talking about Pax8. And of course, we're the other side of the pond here, Phil, in the UK. So I think I know the answer to this question, but let me ask it anyway. What made the decision for you to join Pax8, and what does the future look like for you at Pax8?
There's a lot of convergence happening in the marketplace. We've already seen what I call convergence 1.0 already happen, right? Which is, you know, the telcos, managed print companies and MSPs coming together. Like Myris IT is probably a really good example of how Paul had built his business over there, right? But I think we're going to see convergence 2.0 happening, where we're going to see marketing companies, CPA or the accountancy market. I think we're going to see those places take over. If I remember rightly, Richard, I think you're a Xero customer yourself, right?
I am indeed, yes.
Accounting. So increasingly, service providers need to provide a whole range of services for products and applications to manage their marketing engine, manage their endpoints, but also manage their core services in terms of Xero. So we're going to see a lot of convergence there. And I think we're also going to see AI get rid of some competitors as well by automating things like expenses. Already we're seeing that happening. So the reason I'm here at Pax8 is really to be part of the huge amount of growth that's going to happen in the industry, and to help MSPs get their heads around the challenges that are ahead.
Can we talk specifically as well about what we can expect in the UK and Europe as well? Because I've already said to Cole, across here, the other side of the pond, we've been watching rather enviously as Pax8 have expanded with all the cool stuff that you do. What can we expect in the UK, Europe for now and for the future?
I think one of the more important things about us expanding is making sure that we create a seamless experience, right? We don't want there to be any discrepancy in the way that we service the North American market, compared to Europe or APAC or any other regions of the world. And I think one of the unique things we've learned is that the channel is at its core the same, and that the needs of the market and the way people consume technology is the same. The difference is just cultural. And so as we adapt our brand to be global, we're focusing on scaling and creating a really strong team in each geo to make sure we're representing that cultural difference, but that we establish and deliver the same exact value proposition that we do in the US. And that includes making it the strong and confident investment in the people first, and making sure that we have all those assets to enable the partner to deliver the value that they should in each market.
Feet on the ground in the UK. You're not just an American company swooping in here and saying you can do it all from a distance.
That's correct. And it's obvious that, for us to go as fast as we need to, there will be involvement from the US. And myself and a couple other colleagues have moved over to make sure that we're establishing operations correctly. But we're quickly investing in the market and in talent in the market. We've already staffed up to almost 30, and we've acquired a company that added 30 as well. So, strengthening our organization like that to start 2021 is I think a huge nod of confidence in what the UK market will deliver.
Now, Phil, I'm going to have some fun here. We've known each other a long time, haven't we? I feel it's only right that I take this opportunity to put you on the spot, as I do every time we speak. I want to ask you about the pain points that MSPs experience and technology service providers experience. The reason so many people are excited about Pax8 and what you do is because you make it a lot easier for people to purchase and, deploy and things like that. Let me put you on the spot. What does that look like? And this idea of a single pane of glass, is that something that you can see happening within the industry? How do Pax8 enable that?
First thing, I think CEOs all over the world get on a stage and talks and keynotes, and they talk about this mythological thing called a single pane of glass. There's no such thing, and there is never going to be any such thing. Depending on the chair that the person in an MSP business sits in, and maybe Cole in a minute will talk about things like executive dashboard and other things. Depending on the seat that that person sits in, they need a different view on their business, right? So the CTO is going to want to see things from a technological perspective. The CEO is going to want to see things from a market perspective, etc. So there's never going to be a single pane of glass. But what we're doing is the very next best thing, which is to do three things that solve what we call at Pax8 the 3 P's of the pain of cloud services. And first of all, they are provisioning. Second, it's procurement. And then thirdly, payment. Okay, so this whole, how do I order? How do I manage? And how do I get payment for it? Pax8 fixes that problem. And the way that we fix that problem fundamentally is by connecting your Office 365 tenant through to your PSA and giving you a view on both of those things and then tying it into your billing engine. So really between your billing engine, Pax8 as the console in the middle, or as best as we can call it, a pane of glass, to give you vision also on your Office 365 tenant, and then lastly your PSA. So it gives you this kind of holy trinity to make sure that every single product that you're provisioning, that you're actually billing, that there's no dollars or pounds or euros left on the table anywhere that is unconsidered.
Yeah, and the amount of money that just falls in between the gaps because of the gap between provisioning and billing. And, you know, I should know better than to put you on the spot there. Great answer there, Phil. Just before we go then, Cole, what do you see over the next 12 months? What's the future of Pax8, both this side of the pond and globally?
We're looking to do 4 things, right? We're gonna make sure it's good. We're gonna make sure it's right. And that comes to the technology, and then we're gonna go fast and big. I think those 2 are essential for us to make sure we establish our presence globally. And so, you know, establishing a really solid set of leaders in each geo will be our focus over the next 12 months. And then making sure we staff up appropriately in each region is kind of some of what you'll see on the globalization front. Technology, all I can say is hold on. We've I think done an amazing job of developing and staying ahead with disrupting the way people consume cloud technology. But some of the things our engineers are working on now will be foundational and substantial for shifting the IT channel.
And if anybody wants to continue the conversation with you specifically, Cole, what's the best way people can reach out to you?
You can reach me on LinkedIn or direct on my email. C.Knuth, Knuth at pax8.com.
You might regret that. I think there's going to be a lot of interested questions coming your way after this. Philip, you know, exciting times for you, tech entrepreneur with a great deal of pedigree. You are in one of the rapidly fastest growing companies in the managed service provider space. What do you see over the next 12 months?
What I see is a way that we can empower MSPs to serve their customers better. You know me, Richard, very, very well. And my passion is for small business owners. And when I'm saying small business owners, I'm referring to right now, car dealers, double glazing companies, restaurants, manufacturing companies all across the UK and Europe that right now are underserved by MSPs. And the reason they are underserved by MSPs, they want to resolve tickets quicker, they want to have more products and services that they can supply them. And the reason the MSP can only give a certain level of service is that vendors and the channel are not serving them well. And so my mission here with Cole, and forgive me for quoting you on this, Cole, I know you hate it when I talk about this, but Cole talks about born in the shed distribution, right? It's this old industrial laggard mindset that we're still selling cloud services as if it's a box. And it's not a box. It is a service that's in the cloud that's actually on the click of a mouse. And so we are a born in the cloud distributor. One of the things that I'm so passionate about is working with Cole to give more vendors a greater range of services. And right now, if you're watching this, you've got Cole's email address. You've given you mine too, which is pmorgan@pax8.com. If there's anything you hate about our platform, if there's any vendor that you want to see on our platform, or any axe to grind whatsoever about cloud distribution in general or about our company, we want to hear from you because we want to fix that problem. So I'm excited to be here and excited to shape the future in order that all of those small businesses across the UK and Europe can have a better service from technology service providers.
I love it, gentlemen. This has been a lot of fun, and we could talk all day, I'm sure. In fact, I would love to pin you both down for an interview in the future. But for now, I am very, very grateful for your time. And for anybody watching this, if you want to catch up on anything that we've talked about, or indeed find out more about Pax8, you can go to tublog.co.uk/Pax8, and we'll include all the books, the email addresses that I've asked them to share, and everything else in the show notes there as well. But Cole, Philip, thank you for joining me today. Really appreciate your time.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Richard.